David Callahan, I'll go to you. I kind of like this ConocoPhillips guy. Isn't penalizing oil companies un-American?
Well, look, the whole reason you have tax breaks is to incentivize people to do things they wouldn't otherwise do. And there are plenty of incentives for these oil companies. This is a hugely profitable business. That is exactly where this is going. I see this as the first shot in a bigger battle over corporate tax reform. And there's a lot of consensus on both left and right. Paul Ryan wants to get rid of all corporate tax breaks. The President's Budget Commission
Yes, but in return for lower marginal tax rates. I don't hear you. In other words, let's take the corporate tax down to 20 or 25%.
Well,
you're not suggesting that.
Well,
Chuck
no,
Schumer's not suggesting that. All you want to do is penalize the oil companies.
Larry, I would suggest that. I think that we should have lower rates and get rid of all those loopholes.
Then I agree with you. Then I agree with that.
This is what President Reagan did in 1986.
Yes.
Got rid of all the loopholes, raised the rates, and brought in a third more revenue from corporate taxes.
That's good policy.
Okay, then we're in agreement here.
It seems pretty clear that the public sector worker is making significantly more than their counterparts at this point.
That's actually not true. Public sector workers make a quarter less than those in the private sector. Well, you're against redistribution,
yes.
But this plan would be one of the biggest redistributions in U.S. history upward. And that entitlement system has been one of the great successes in American history.
But it's unsustainable. It's going off the cliff.
Well, actually, my organization has put out a budget plan which would balance the budget by 2018, and it would do it in a sensible fashion by cutting the defense budget by $1 trillion in the next 10 years, which is feasible, raising those taxes on high earners, and going back to the rates under Clinton, which, by the way, was a period of great economic growth. I mean, there's no evidence that high taxes on the rich reduce economic growth. We've had repeated periods of high growth in this country and high taxes on the rich. Flying may be safer now than it used to be, but the question is it as safe as it could be or should be? And I think the answer is no. There are all sorts of evidence of corner cutting by airlines. USA Today did a big study last year, found that 65,000 flights had taken off in the previous 6 years that shouldn't have taken off because of safety problems.